Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Shaquan, and I am coming to you guys today to share setups that I took today on Pound USD and Pound CAD. So keep in mind that I am scalping these markets now. So if you're a person who wants to learn how to scalp the market, even go into day trades on these markets using the TMP structure or system, then keep watching this video. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I pray you subscribe, and if you have been on my channel before, welcome back. I took a few trades today on Pound USD and Pound CAD that I really want to share. They were really profitable trades. I had two losers out of these trades, and there was a setup I didn't hold and a setup that I did not place, and I'm going to talk about those as well. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first currency pair that we're going to talk about is Pound USD. The past couple weeks, I stopped trading the 3-minute and the 1-minute until I got my mind right. But over the past weekend, I was back testing. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this hold me back or have fear. I'm just going to set some pending orders and I'm going to go for it. I know my system. I know it works. I've been trading this system as a swing trader. So now we're going to really give it a go today on the 15, 3, and 1-minute time frame. Now, most of my trades did not come from the 15 today, even though the 15 is trending. Most of them came from the 3-minute and the 1-minute. So if we start here, this was actually the second trade that I took of the day. It was on the 15-minute time frame. I took a similar setup on Pound CAD. But one of the things that I was looking at was this lower high here. You can see we had a lower low, lower high, lower low. Now TMP system, the way this strategy works is first you have to identify the trend and set yourself up as the buyer or the seller in that trend. So because I'm speaking out of my mouth, there's a lower low, lower high, lower low combination. I want to be the seller. So I ended up putting in a pending order at the bottom of this doji. And as you can see, price did push back into it and we were going well for some time, right? Now, as we're going well, and I'm looking at this, I also went to the 1-minute time frame and I was just looking at it. The pending order is going to be set regardless. And I was watching as price flowed. Well, obviously, as you can see, price ends up stopping me out. So I took a loss of $215 on this trade. Now, what I also saw when I took a loss was, well, price just reversed, right? So you can see how price came up, price made a new higher high, which now makes this still the lower low, but now I want to trade above it. So now I'm going to trade in the anticipation that we're going to get a higher low after receiving this higher high, and I can be the buyer. And so that's exactly what I did. So now we're going to go into the M formation of TMP. Now that I'm saying that we have a higher high, I want to buy higher than my lower low. I'm the buyer. That's the trend part. Now I'm going to set my structure where I want to enter the trade. So the way I set structure is pretty much a zone or a line, right? It's like either or, and it's really simple. It's always based on one candlestick. Like I have this mindset that one candlestick puts you into the trade and one candlestick, which is the same candlestick, helps put you into profit. So I ended up setting my pending order and I set my stop loss and I set my TP back up to that high, right? Using the same rules over and over again. And that leads me to the P structure or the P process, which is a pending order or price action candlestick. So because I'm setting a pending order, I'm eliminating like one time frame. I'm eliminating having to enter on a 1-minute time frame, even though yes, I can still use that time frame to enter my trade. So I get triggered in on this candlestick here, and as you can see like price went up and it hit my TP. And so not only did it hit my TP, but price also ends up making a new high. So at this time, using the same mindset of TMP, I'm still looking to be the buyer. So on this trade, I end up making $755. Like, okay, great. This makes up from the sale that I just lost. So now I'm thinking, okay, price can pull back. Now, where can price pull back to if I wanted to take a new buy? Okay, well, now that's a no-brainer. I'm going to use the same technique. On the 1-minute time frame, I saw that price made a reversal and said, okay, I'm going to catch some of this move down. Let me show y'all how this looks. So on this 1-minute time frame, it looks like price is consolidating, because if I zoom into here, I can see, well, we had a low and then we had a high and then we have this lower low here. Like I could see a fluctuation. Like if I could drop down to a seconds chart, which I can, but I'm not. I don't do that. But I could tell that was a fluctuation. And so when I seen price, it started to go back down again. lower high, lower low. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place another pending order. And that's exactly what I did. So I placed a pending order. I got triggered in and I took the sales here. And it was a really good trade here. So I really enjoyed this trade. I enjoyed counter trending this. Even though I don't typically counter trend. And so on this one, I made $265 on this one. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's great. So now I get triggered into my next trade on pound USD, which was right here. But obviously you can see that price ends up stopping me out because the way this trade looked with the pending order, I have positions to it everywhere, which is fine. The way this trade looked, it looked just like this. So risking around 7 pips to gain 12 to 13 pips, right? And obviously I get stopped out. So on this one, I lose $335 on this trade. So now that brings me to my final and last trade that I took on pound USD, which was also based on the 1 and 3 minute combination. But I'm going to stay on this 1 minute for a really quick reason. Once again, you guys are going to be able to see that I take the same setup time after time after time again. I do nothing different in every single setup, no matter the time frame that I am on. So you can see here we had a lower low, lower high, lower low combination. It was the same on a 3 minute time frame. So I set my pending order based on a 3 minute time frame. I knew I wanted to be the seller. And this trade I did not hold because I was watching the 1 minute here, which I'm going to make a suggestion. When you are in a trade and you set pending orders, let your pending orders be. Don't touch anything. You probably don't even want to watch the trade, okay? Watching the trade will get you in trouble because you will see something you're not supposed to see, and that's what happened to me. So my trade looked just like this. Like I'm taking it down to my negative 27. I'm watching to see if we can make a new low. But when price got around here, I started to see my profits dwindle a little bit. You know, it kind of mentally got to me. And so I actually ended up exiting the trade. I made 115, but this could have been a $600 winner. Pound CAD ended up being such a great pair to trade for me this morning following TMP as well. So the very first trade that I took, like I said, similar to the one on pound USD, price had made a combination of a lower high, lower low, lower high combination, but I didn't know that was lower high till later, right? So I ended up setting a pending order on this one on a 1 minute time frame. I'll show y'all how that looks right now. So on the 1 minute time frame, you can see this clear as day. So on this one, I actually did not end up setting a pending order. I actually ended up entering this manually because I was in my car and I had my daughter and I said, you know what? I can't set a pending order. I just have to run with this one. And so I was on my way home and I saw the setup. I did not want to miss the setup. So I ended up entering the trade. This candlestick was still running. And I entered the trade, and lo and behold, a few minutes later, it ends up hitting TP. I took it just I think 1 or 2 pips earlier, but this was a good trade. On this one, I ended up making $246. Now, the next trade, as you can see, price ends up making a higher high. And so I said, okay, well, similar situation to pound USD where we got a reversal on a 3 minute time frame. And so I said, hey, I want to be the buyer. I want to see if we could trade this as a higher low. And then we just go from there. And it's exactly what I ended up doing. And on this trade, I made $381.96. But here's a trade that I didn't enter that would have been the most profitable on pound CAD for me. So this is the same situation, same scenario. Now I trade live in the morning with my students. I don't have a lot of students. I have a few, and they come on with me in the morning sometimes, not all, but some, right? But I have a thing now as a coach where sometimes it mind boggles me to trade live because I do my best when I trade quietly, when there's no one around, no one watching. I can share my results later. So it's just something mental. Like when you have people watching you, you may not do your best performance, right? Especially if you have performance anxiety. I don't think I have performance anxiety, but as a coach, it's like I'm leading y'all. And every coach leads differently. Some lead best live trading. Some lead best through video recording. Like it's just based on that coach, right? I'm just one of those coaches who sometimes I just get anxiety a little bit with some things, right? But I'm working through it. Praise be to God. On here, I said this is a higher high, higher low, higher high. And when my students got on, I had this place, but I took it off. I don't know why I took it off. Well, I know why I took it off. It was just that anxiety part of I just got all these great trades. I don't want to lose another trade. I'm in profit, you know, and so I took this off. But look at what this was. It was so beautiful, you guys. So I only would have risked 6 pips to gain 14 pips on this trade, a 2.27 RR reward. So that would have been around another $700. Now, couple that with the trade that I did not hold, I just missed out on $1,200 today. I know things like this happen, but when I see things like this, it makes me grateful that my system works. And I'm a believer that it's you who has to perform best with your system. It's you who has to push the button. Your system can't work you. You got to work your system. But all in all, I will say that I am glad how today panned out and how it played out. I'm ending the day in profit. I'm back on a 3 minute, back on a 1 minute, using the 15 as well. Didn't really need the 15, but I followed the flow of the 15-minute time frame and it ended up working. So I'll be back on it tomorrow. I never know how each day is going to end. I never know how each trade is going to pan out. But all I can do is just adjust and assess how I feel after every single trade. That's honestly about it. But if y'all have any questions, just let me know. If you like this type of video, let me know as well and what your takeaway was. If you want to learn my system, y'all can learn how to trade it down below in the descriptions. Honestly, I prefer to teach people how to swing trade the system, and then I can help you scalp or day trade the system live because it's actually happening in real time. So yeah, other than that, you guys, y'all go be blessed. Have a safe trading week.